I'm Nixie, and today we're going to be back in the kitchen because I've got two of these Mini Brands Create capsules to have a look at. Now you might notice my kitchen doesn't have the cabinets currently set up, and that's because I finally relented and I bought the full 4-pack. Currently I own the oven and the sink, but I haven't been able to find a 2-pack that has just the fridge and the dishwasher / microwave. And I really just wanted that fridge. Like, what's a kitchen without a fridge? So let's get this open and we'll look at the 2 units I haven't checked out previously, and then we'll get on to those Mini Brands Create book capsules. Okay, so here they are. So we have a dishwasher. It does open slightly stiffly. So inside there is this kind of cute basket, which I think could be used for other things maybe, rather than just dishes, because dishwashers don't tend to look like that inside with a basket. So at the top we have, again, kind of stiff. Are you gonna open? Yep. There we go. Drawers. And all the backgrounds have like sort of printed designs of what would be inside, which I think that's quite cute. We do also have a microwave, and oh, why is everything so stiff? Cooking inside is a whole turkey dinner. And then on the counter we have some items, so let's just get those out of the plastic. So we've got these 2 sort of plastic containers, one that says peas, one that says orange. We have 2 red plastic glasses, which I actually really like these, and the other set came with some of these, so I'm not sorry to have more of these. We then get 2 silver plates, 2 pink teacups, which do have like a little sort of glitter in them. We have a carton of milk, which is hollow on the inside. Interestingly, it says on it, the best welcome gifts for the children, which, don't know, slightly odd phrase. And finally, we have a toaster, which you can push the toast down. It doesn't hold, it just pings, and the toast is fixed inside. So that's counter number 1. We then have our fridge here. So at the bottom we have, I assume this is a freezer tray, quite a bit of storage in there. We have, I guess, an ice maker with another one of those red glasses and some ice cubes, which don't actually fit in the glass, unfortunately. Let's have a look inside the fridge. Very nice and roomy, lots of space for putting all your groceries in. And again, we've got the printed backgrounds. And then at the top, we've got the same kind of cupboard as we did on the dishwasher. Okay, so I'm quite pleased. I finally got the full kitchen set. And I have seen people do some beautiful makeovers with this set. So I do think at some point I would like to make it maybe a little less plasticky looking. I think I still possibly will be keeping it pink, just doing it up a little. But that's a future project. Today, we're doing Mini Brands Create. So Zuru have teamed up with MasterChef to make this series. And the idea is that you can create mini MasterChef dishes, which I assume are from the MasterChef series. These are, let's say, Mini Brands' version of Miniverse foods. I think they wanted to get in on that game because Miniverse proven quite popular. People enjoy making things. So we're going to check these out. Now, these capsules were $9.99 and I had them on pre-order from Amazon. However, they weren't due to arrive until the 5th of June. But I was in town today in Smith's toy store and they already had them. So I cancelled my Amazon order and got them there. Because you know what? I didn't want to wait. Ooh, they've done these nicely. I love it when they come off beautifully. Right, let's see what I get. So I did, as I was in a place that I could hold them, I sort of weighed them in my hands. One felt lighter, one felt heavier. This is the lighter feeling of the 2. So I'm hoping we've at least got 2 different ones. And let's check it out. Inside I have 4 bags. So I'm just going to randomly open them. And inside this one we have... So it is a guide, instructions, and in a bit of cardboard with a chef hat, we have, I guess, a placemat. I know it's silly, but I just think that's quite a nice touch if that's been like the protective thing for that placemat. Like, just having that little cutout. Okay, in the next bag, we're getting whipped cream and strawberries. In the third bag, we get some slightly bent and wonky tongs, a cake stand which just requires putting together, a rather fancy and ornate plate, that's pretty, and strawberry pieces, We have whole strawberries and strawberry pieces. In the final bag, we're getting another plate, a small one. We've got a fork, a cake slice, and the cake. So this is how the cake looks on the inside. Sort of got a spongy looking texture. I do find it odd though that we have 2 plates, because that sponge cake's whole, but it would almost suggest that it comes with a slice, or it's encouraging you to cut the plastic, which, unless you've got the right tools, that's probably not the best idea. Now I'm also a little confused, because I was led to believe from seeing people in America, they get this little chef's hat, which is a UV light. I mean, it's fine, I heard they were a bit rubbish, and I've got my own UV light, but this did not come in my capsule. I would have noticed that's quite a bulky thing. So I don't know if that's like a UK thing, a European thing, that we aren't getting them, or maybe my capsule's just odd and missed it out. I just remembered I have seen someone making this cake before. This isn't resin. This is sort of some weird like air dry putty stuff. So that's probably why. We're not missing, it's just we don't have resin. Panic over. I think it's pretty clear from the ingredients we're obviously getting at this cake here, but let's have a look at what we could have got. So we have pork belly ramen, glazed lamb, stuffed pork loin, and roast potatoes, which I kind of want that one. I've seen those roast potatoes, they look really good. I think they'd be great for like a Sunday dinner or a Christmas dinner. I just kind of want them for potatoes. Tropical fruit parfait, vegan chocolate mousse with raspberries and almond crumb. I mean, technically, all of these are vegan and not vegan, because you can't eat them. Cherry chocolate cake, chocolate profiteroles, almond and apricot cheesecake, strawberry cake, which is what we're making now, summer fruit tart, and then a super rare lattice top apple and cinnamon pie. Now, unlike Miniverse, they've got quite a lot of very literal step-by-step guides. Like Miniverse managing one picture to tell you what to do, this has got 8 steps. What is cute though, is you can scan for the real recipe. Like, I think that's a really nice touch, as they are based on real recipes. Okay, so we're now going to see if I am any better at making this compared to Miniverse, which I normally have issues with. So we've got the cake stand, we've got the plate, and we have our first layer of sponge. The next instruction is to squeeze this on. Helps to remove the topper first. So let's see what texture this is. Kind of gloopy. So if we just kind of spread it around, we gloop some more. Maybe we'll use the cake knife to help spread it. So I think we want a reasonably thick layer because we've got to put strawberries in this. Okay, so that's not a bad spread. Now we need to put the strawberry halves. So here they are, not bad like inside pattern. I do think it would have made more sense if they were strawberry slices though. Like keep them a bit thinner, but I guess we'll just sort of blob them on. You kind of want them to be near enough the edge that it will still show. Put them on, kind of just pushing it forward because we definitely want the cream to be shown when we put the next layer on. Okay, so I've put them all around and that has left me with 4 strawberry halves left. I think we're going to have to put a little bit more cream in the middle just so the layer on top sticks. And maybe just leave it sort of, come on, up like that. Then we'll just stick it down. Now with these layers, they're the same either side, so it really doesn't matter which way you're putting anything. Alright, so. It's not too bad. So for the top, it looks like you can do a layer and then try and make these lovely swirls, which I've not yet seen anyone quite manage them. So they're probably not going to look perfect swirls, but I'm just going to do a sort of, I don't know, a blob for the strawberries. So let's just get some, just to do the layer at the top. Probably want quite a thin layer really. Just spread that. Okay, so there's our thin layer on the top. And you know, I'm not 100% sure what this putty stuff is, but it kind of reminds me of polyfiller. I don't know if you've ever used it. It's like the stuff you fill in cracks in the wall. And I kind of feel like you'd probably get the same results if you were using polyfiller. I mean, that's sort of just an air dry putty. Okay, here goes nothing. Let's try and put our dollops on top. Oh, don't fail me now. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. You know what, we could just end up just doing a thick layer and just putting the strawberries on. Not worry quite about them meant to be beautiful swirly dollops, because I just don't think it's going to look very elegant. Yep, plan B, we're just going to thick layer and put strawberries on top to decorate. Okay, so there's our nice thick layer, and you know what, I think it just makes it more homemade looking, so we're not MasterChef here, we are home bakers. So let's just place these on, we'll see how many look right. You know, I've got 4 half slices left, I think I might put those in between. It might look cute. I mean, if we're freestyling, we're freestyling. Okay, then I think if I put one in the middle, and then use these strawberry pieces to scatter around, which I think I might do nearer my face just so I can get them even. Okay, there we go. I mean, it's something. It's alright, like I said, we are home bakers. It's a home-baked cake. And now apparently we just need to wait 20 minutes and hopefully the putty stuff should dry. We'll probably give it quite a while before I start poking it. But when it's ready, obviously we've got our plate and fork so we can have a slice. And we do still have 4 strawberries left. Interesting point, those tiny little cut up bits of strawberries did have the strawberry texture on them. They weren't just like solid red plastic. They did have this sort of like dimpled strawberry texture, which is quite cool. Okay, so I think I'll just make a bit of space on the counter over here and we'll let it set while we take a look at the second capsule. Oh, right, will the orange open any better? Yeah, there we go. All right, so we've had 3 for 4. So let's take a look inside this one. So immediately we know this is definitely a different one because it's got the UV light. You can see a little on, off. But yeah, I've seen people say these are so weak, you might as well have your own method of UV if possible. But it is nice that they've included it because not everybody has UV lights. So at least if you buy the capsule, you've got the full method for making them. Now again, there are 4 packets, and this one feels like the first one we opened last time with that placemat. So yep, placemat, collector's guide, and safety instructions. Second packet, inside we have... Well, it looks like we've possibly got 2 cakes today. I possibly would have rather one of the savoury meals, but it's okay. So we've got apricot jam, apricot halves, and then a nozzle for the jam. Third one, we get the cheesecake base, and in the final bag we have the cake stand, a plain plate this time, the cake knife, and some sliced almonds. I still really don't get why that strawberry one had the plate and the fork separate. I wonder if they originally meant it to have a slice out of it and then didn't bother but still left in that plate and fork. Sorry, we also did get a fork and some less bent tongs. I just missed getting those out of the pack. Okay, so we've got instructions for these ones, and I have seen people say don't bother with this step because you're not going to see them. So I will take advice where I've been given it. I think it is quite nice that you've got really clear step-by-steps like that. It says put 12 peach halves there, 2 in the middle. I mean, I know a lot of people like to be creative with these and do stuff differently, but at least it shows you exactly how to do their standard design. But here we go, with their UV light, they say you're holding it for like 10 minutes? I am not holding something for 10 minutes, that's just exhausting. Okay, so here is our cheesecake. It looks fit, it's one of those quite like fluffy cheesecakes. Does that mean it's baked? I think maybe that's the baked kind of cheesecake. In the UK we tend to have the non-baked kind. Or at least to me that's what I've always found is more like commonly available. I kind of think I might have been calling them peach earlier, but... So you've got 2 of these, and it actually had 16 of these, even though it said to just use 12. But let's get started and put on our apricot jam. Let's just put a decent dollop on and then we'll smooth it out. Let's just try and get it to the edges. Quite a nice colour. Quite like that. Okay, so we've got a nice layer there, and I guess we just have to carefully place all of these. Okay, so I managed to get 10 round rather than 12, but I'm happy with that. So then it's just a case of putting these ones carefully in the middle. I think that looks alright. And you just pour a bit more resin on top to make them shiny. I guess we just kind of have to try and pour and coat. Possibly I did put too much on, but this is where you need like the Miniverse little brush thing, the silicone brush. Oh well, I'll just try and carefully coat. Okay, so I did my best and I think I've reasonably got everything coated there, so all that's left is the almonds. Because I know my pouring skills are really bad, I am literally going to put them on one by one. And here is the finished cake. It's all set and I carefully placed the almonds on so they'd be evenly distributed, and I'm alright with that as well. So in general, I think I have had more success with Mini Brands Create than I do with Miniverse. So kudos to Mini Brands. Now, for this one, I agree that there wasn't probably any point in putting those almonds underneath because you're just covering it up. This one, if you can get those beautiful swirls, congratulations. I don't think I ever would have been able to, but I'm happy with this. Now for this one, like, the strawberries around this bit, I don't know how much you really see them. I don't know if it's the best design. And that top and that bottom are not set together at the moment. It's still a bit runny in the middle, so hopefully they will set at some point. I guess if it is air dry, it's not got as much air coming into the middle, but yeah, hopefully eventually. Now if we did just want to have a quick look at these cakes compared to Barbie, I think good size. I do feel if we're going to end up with a load of cakes, one of my Barbies is going to have to be a baker, cake maker, and have a cake shop. Possibly not Ophelia, but one of them. So with these, I did try and keep them reasonably close to how you're meant to make them, but there's a great YouTube channel, GB Colleen, and he's doing a series with the Mini Brands Create where he's trying to make them like different. So if you're interested in seeing them done in alternative ways, definitely worth watching. So thank you very much for watching, as I had a far more successful attempt at making Mini Brands Create cakes today. And also starting off with getting a slightly more filled kitchen, which I'm very pleased about. If you've already got any of the items from this new Mini Brands Create series, do let me know what you got and which one was your favourite. Out of these two that I've now got, I think it would be this one. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. If you did like this video, do hit the thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos, do subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye!